Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique War Game Touring. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is a Let's Build video. What are Let's Build videos? What are they all about? Well, Let's Build video, I take a model kit and I show you how to put it together. If there's any areas of concern on the sprue, as in things are numbered differently on the sprue to the are on the instructions, I'll let you guys know. If there's any parts of the sprue you need to be careful when snipping it off, whether it be pipes, chains, or something that doesn't look like it should be there but it needs to stay, I'll give you guys a heads up. If you're interested in models for an army you have or you're thinking about collecting, again, this is a visual way to help you out. If you suffer with dyslexia or just struggle with instruction in general, again, this is just a visual way to help you out. So for all my regulars here, guys, I would love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute. Right, so you would have seen from the thumbnail, I'm building a Space Marines Predator Annihilator. Now this kit makes two different things, the Predator Annihilator or the Predator Destructor. I think I'm making the Destructor actually, I think. I'm making the one that gives you reroll wound rolls of 1 against monsters and vehicles, which I think is the 2 las cannons on top and the las cannon on either side. But anyway, we'll go, there's a lot of bits on this kit, but a lot of it is just optional pieces. So go through tools needed as always. Mould line scraper. Now you can use a hobby knife or some sort of surgical blade. If you're using a sharp tool, just be careful because it's sharp. Let everyone in the house know you're using it so nobody scares you by accident. You don't have cats jumping up at you, don't have little hands around the place. Flippers, most useful part of our kit. I have sanding sponge. I'm actually going to get some sanding block. Now sanding sponge, sanding block. Sponge is flexible, the block's more rigid. The block is usually probably better off use on tanks because you're looking at big pieces and you want to clean down properly, and whereas this is better for pipes and chains and like models. It is a plastic kit, so plastic glue. I do have super glue at hand just in case, but I'm probably not going to need it. Right, so the first thing we do for everyone that's new is we go through and we look at the sprues and we ascertain what's what. Okay, so we've got 2 sides of a las cannon. That's 1 las cannon. There's a heavy bolter. There's another las cannon. There's heavy bolt ammunition by the looks of it. That looks like the bit that connects on to connect these into it, and these bits look like they go in there as well. And I think these little lights are part of that as well. This is pieces for the side door. Yeah, I think these pieces hook into there. There's the first sprue. There's a lot of sprues here. Okay, so we've got this side then. This is the las cannon on top, or you can have the auto cannon on top. This looks like there's a hatch. This looks like ammo packets. That's where the gun sits into. There's 2 of them. I'm not sure if that one sits in that one or the way it works, but there's 2 and they might even have their own one. I'm not sure. This next sprue, this is definitely all optional parts. Apart from the hunter killer missile, that's going to go on there. You have storm bolters that can be mounted on there, which you take that as standard because it costs no points. Got this lovely piece of parchment bit here. Smoke launchers, they have to go on. Well, don't have to, but it's good to have them on. We've got parts of a Space Marine to hang out the hatch. We've got another Space Marine body there hanging out of the hatch already, and we've got various different hatches. There's that one. It just doesn't stop ending. Okay, so we've got one side of the tank. Okay, this is pretty much all one side of the tank. Okay, because you have this side and you have this side. I know this from doing previous tanks. One set of wheels clip on along here. The tracks, sorry, clip along here in a specific order. And you have the same on the other side. There's a Royal Aquila there, looks lovely. This looks like it's the middle piece of the tank where the 2 side pieces are going to slot onto. Got this piece here, which is control panels and everything else, which is nice. Which you can, when you put that in there, you can have it so you can actually open the back hatch and see it, so you can paint it, or you can just put it in there to support the tank, the interior structure of the tank, and don't bother painting it. I don't see the point of painting it if you're never going to, you know, open it, or if you have to open it, it's just not, I don't see the point of it. Here's the other side of the tank with all the numbers, with all the tracks. This looks like it's on the left side because I see L4 there. Now looking at the instructions, the only thing that appears to be numbered are the tracks, which is a nuisance because everything should be numbered. With the top of the tank, we have more side panels. Another piece that looks like it goes in there. You have the little pins on the side, the little holes in there, so that looks like it goes in there nice and easy. It looks like the back ramp. So that's all the parts we have. Now, when I'm saying this kit builds the Predator Destructor, the Predator Annihilator. That's the options you have for this kit. But you'll get to a certain point where you've built a Rhino, basically. So we'll go through that. When we get to that point, I'll say to you, okay, this is the Rhino. Now, the only thing different with the Rhino kit is I think the top piece doesn't have little turret bits to go on top. They just have the little circle holes to put the ports into, so you can put your guys hanging out of it, or just, you know, just have it closed, the hatches. So I'm going to start getting stuff ready and come back to you with the first pieces. Right, so in true fashion, there is no numbers on this apart from on the tracks, but we need this piece here, okay, and this piece here. They're on the same sprue as this bottom piece. Just to give you an idea, this is the way it looks, okay. This is the outside piece, and in the inside piece it goes the same sort of way, but it has this bit in the middle. Now I'm going to snip these two pieces off, okay, and it'll make more sense when I have the two pieces off when I start lining them up together. Now with these pieces, you can see these little vents here. That's the back part of it. This is the front part of it. There's two pins top here. There's two holes there. As you can see, there's a pin here. So a pin the other side. They just line up like so. Okay. It looks a little bit weird, but you glue those pieces together, and then we'll come back for the next piece. The tracks go into this. Right, so the first one we need is R1. Okay, I'm going to snip this off, clean it down, and show you how it goes on. Then the next one, I'm just going to show you the number, show you how it goes on, and keep going that way through, because there's too many pieces to go through individually and just line it all up for you. Right, so this piece has three prongs one side and two the other. The two prongs need to go towards the top. There's a little bit there that just sits in there like so. Okay, it should look like that. So the next piece we need is number 2, which is this little piece here. So I'm going to snip it, clean it, I'll show you how it goes on. Right, so again, all of these have 3 prongs and 2 prongs. So where there's 3 prongs at the bottom here, the 2 prongs then just slot into it. Okay, that's sticking to me. It's starting to give you a nice little bit. The next piece we need is number 3, which is this 3 piece here. So we've just taken 1, 2, need R3 next. Right, again, the bottom of that is 3 prongs, so 2 prongs go on the top there, and that just should, I have that slightly wrong, should be like that, which means I have it too high up. There we go. It's not on properly. Just going to stick to my fingers and I'll get on there. This is one of the benefits of using plastic glue. If you use a super glue on that, by the time you come to put this last piece on, you'll realise it's totally off and you need to adjust it. But that's on nice. As that's curing, I'm going to give that a little squeeze up because that's just riding up a little bit. Top one's riding up a little bit now. The next piece we need is number 4. Again, there's 3 prongs. Number 4 is a big long piece that goes underneath. 2 prongs go in there. It's glued along there, so I'm going to glue that into place. There was something I was doing wrong there. I had it up this way, yeah, which is, you know, nothing wrong with that. Because I was doing that, it's pushing weight on to push and just pushing everything out. Second thing is, between those tracks there, there's little prongs along the tracks, and that just slots into there. So the next piece we need, we're confusing ourselves along the way here, is number 5, which is this bigger piece. Again, 2 prongs go into the 3 prongs. Next one we need is number 6. Again, 2 prongs go into the 3 prongs. And the last one is R7. Again, 2 prongs go into the 3 prongs. So here we are, this is what we have. So I'm going to leave that to dry. Now we're going to do the same thing again, but with the other side now. Okay, so we need this piece and this piece, the same as the other one. Then we need, same again, it's in the same layout as the first one, but this is L1. Yeah, so L1 will go at the top here. Then L2 is the next piece in the front there. L3, L4, L5, L6, L7, the same. So I don't need to do that because it's the same as this, it's just the opposite side around. Okay, so this is the right side, that's the left side. So I'm going to snip those off, clean those down, glue those all together and come back to you for the next stage. Right, so when you're snipping those pieces off, just be careful because I snipped L2 off and it went ping, flying off somewhere to go and find it. But there we have 2 on. Now, this side, this bit in here, all this stuff here is the inside of the tank. Okay, that is the outside of the tank. So the next pieces that we need, there's 2 pieces that we need. This is the first piece. So we're just taking all of these L's tracks off. This is the piece that we need. And the next piece we need is the floor in here. So I'm going to snip both pieces off, clean them down and show you how they go together. Right, so we've got 2 parts down here. That's the interior. It's going to go like that. So that's the inside part. There's the little holes there and a little runner. That just slots on there and slots into there. Okay. Now, I think I might need to give that a bit more of a clean down. Or that piece in there, a little clean down, I think. Yeah, it just basically slots in there. Where is it? Oh, sorry, that's the wrong way around. That's the exterior. So that sits on there. Okay. At the same time saying it, there are 2 little slots through there. Don't know if you can see them on camera. There's one. Just between those 2 bits. This is the front of the tank. And that just slots in there like so. Okay. But you have to put the ramp in. Now it's telling me not to put glue in the ramp. The reason why is because this is basically a rhino kit. And then you put the other bits on top, make it into the Predator or the Razorback or whatever it's going to be. Now with the Rhino kit, you can have it so that you can lower the ramp down and see the inside. I don't do that because it's too much of a messing around to paint the inside, which may or may never be seen. So I'm just going to glue the ramp in, glue this piece in. This one then comes the same, clips in the same there, and clips on the same in there to give me my initial structure. So I'm going to glue them onto place. Right, so the next piece we need is this piece. Now I've sort of messed up a little bit because I meant to put this piece in first before I put the other side on. So that's where I'm at, but I'm supposed to put this piece in first. A little gap there, it just slides down before I put the other side on. So I'm going to have to quickly clean this and then I'll slide it in. Right, somebody's going to say, what's the point of putting this piece in if you're not going to have this open? Because this gives you structure either side. Now I need to hold this for a while because that needs to be held together. So I'm going to set this up. I say a vise, it's not a vise, but something to give it pressure to hold it, and I'll come back to you in a couple of hours when it's dry. Right, so now that's all dry. The next piece we need is this top chassis, this top piece. So I'm going to snip it, clean it, I'll show you how it goes on. Right, before I show you this how this goes, this is the best way to glue this. So I've got 3 streaks down. Try and get as close to the edge as possible, as you can see. One on either edge, and then one to the middle. And it just basically slots over the top like this. With a little push in. Then what I do is I'll come in with the glue and just seal these little joins. I wish they're still going in and out that bloody gate. You can see there's a little gap there. It's not, I've not pushed it in properly. I will do in a second. This is probably going to be another one of those bits where I have to hold it. An elastic band might be helpful, just to give a bit of pressure around it. So if I don't hold this, it'll start sliding off. Look at that horrible mould line I've just seen. Damn, I missed that. But that's not a big issue, I can get that afterwards. Right, so the next 2 pieces we need, this is a very weird one, is this one here. Okay, it's on the same piece as the top piece, that bit there, and on the other sprue, this funny little triangle piece. Now that's on the same sprue as the Royal Quiller. So I'm going to snip those off, clean those down, show you how they go together. Right, this is a bit of a pain in the ass. There's 2 little clips up in this top corner. Okay, so this triangle piece here is a little clip at the end. They just slot in there, but you have to put one side in first and then sort of just squeeze it in. That's the front. The reason I know it's the front is because there's little wipers inside there. Now, this is a little bit confusing because the picture on the instructions is showing me like that, but then one of the pictures below still has it like that, and then the next one is like that. So I don't know. Don't think it really matters what way it goes. If it goes like that, or if it slips out a little bit. So I'm going to glue that into place flat. Just think it looks better flat. And then this piece then glues on the front here. Actually, yeah, so I'm just going to glue it in like that. So I'm going to glue that into place. It's a little bit off the bottom there, but that'll be fine. And then come back to the next piece. Right, so the next piece we need is this one. Right, so this piece, that's the inside piece. That's the outside piece. So that just slots in there like so. Okay, the next piece we need is one of the hatches. Now we've got all these little small hatches here, these 2 small ones that go together. We've got the ones with the guys hanging out, so you can have guys shooting out of it. There's another little hatch there. There's another one there. So I'm going to take the two hatches off, clean them down. They're going to slot straight into these 2 holes here. So I don't even just show you. I don't even show you that. They just go straight in. So I'm going to glue them into place. Then I'm going to come back for the next piece of this outside the tank. Next piece of these two lights. Okay, you can see there, that's the inside of them, and they sit on here. There's two little pins there. They just sit on that on either side. So I'm going to snip those off, clean those down, glue them into place. Right, so they're on. Now you have a choice what weapon you want: the autocannon type weapon or the twin las cannon type weapon. I'm going with the las cannon ones. So I'm going to snip those off. I'm going to show you quickly how. It's very, very simple. That just sits on top of that. You can see how it lines up, and that's the same. Okay, you can see how easy it is to line up. So I'm going to snip those off, glue them together, and come back for the next two pieces. Right, so the next two pieces we need are these two pieces. They're on the same sprues as the gun. Right, so this is very, very straightforward as well. There's two little hooks, little hook bits there. There's two pins. That slots in there. Okay, this actually gives you access to move it up and down. It's not telling me, oh, don't glue that. It's just telling me put it in there, and then it's telling me you can be moved up and down. And this then just goes over the top like so. So now you end up with the turret. Now I would glue that in place, to be honest with you. I'm not going to leave that. Look at that dirty mould line I missed along the gun there. Right, I'm going to glue that together, and then I come back to the next piece. Right, so the next thing you need, if you took the autocannon for this turret, you need these two pieces. Okay, this piece here just sits on top. You can see how it just lines up nicely. There's a little lip. How have they done that? That just sits on top of that. Ignore that little groove there and that little lip. That just sits on top of that. You can see the shape of it. The las cannons like I have, this is the two you need. Again, that just slots on top of that. So I'm going to glue them onto, clip them off, glue them, and I'll show you how they go onto the turret itself. Right, so you can see I put some glue on there. There's two pins sticking out. There's two holes. That just slots. It should just slot on there, like so. Yeah. Now you've your ammo crates for your las cannon. So now that's glued. We'll leave that to dry. Right, next thing to do is build the side turrets. The sponsons, I think they're called. Now again, you've got a choice. You've got las cannons or you've got heavy bolters. So I'm going to go with las cannons. So essentially this tank is going to have two las cannon shots and then one twin linked las cannon shot, which is absolutely very, very nice. And he gets to re-roll wound rolls of 1 when wounding monsters or vehicles. So that's quite tasty. The autocannon I think has the same thing but against infantry. Now the heavy bolters, this is the outside piece. Okay, so if you look, you can see they're the same but just mirrored differently. So this is going to be on this side of the vehicle, this one's going to be on that side of the vehicle. This is the other half that goes onto them. Yeah, don't confuse them because they only go on the right side. As you can see, there's edging and there's a hole. Edging and there's a little hole as well. They all line up. Now the las cannons are the same, but the las cannons, the wire, see the only one of them has wire, is the outside edge. Okay, this is the same this side but just mirrored differently, so that one's on the outside. So that's the first choice you have. Well, that's the only choice you have really between those two. I'm taking las cannons. But you're going to need one of these yokes as well. Okay, there's two of them here, you're going to need one. I'm going to snip one las cannon off, snip one of these off, clean them all down, show you how they go together. Right, I'm going to correct myself here. That pinhole there isn't for the one gun side to sit to the other side. It's to put this into. Okay, and then this goes over the top, like so. Now there's some horrible join lines on that. The reason you do that is so that can sit into the turret bit itself. And this can still move. That's why I didn't put no glue in the hole, so I say. But when I have it in position, I'll probably glue it into place anyway. So I'm going to take care of these horrible join lines and do the same thing with the other one, and then come back to you for the next piece. Now what we need is this, and this, and one of these little lights. Okay. Now, I think these are universal. No, hold on. Yeah, they're universal. There's 2 pins at the top, 1 pin at the bottom. There's 2 pins at the top, 1 at the bottom. Okay, so that's very simple how they go. So I'm going to clip these 3 pieces off. I'm going to show you how one goes together, and you do the same again for the other one. So the first thing we do, we take this piece. You'll see there's 3 pins one side to the other side. The 2 pins go on top. Okay, put some glue in there. So with the 2 pins on top, that just slides in there, like so. Okay. There's a little bit of sprue there that I missed. I'll get that in a second. The next thing you do then is you take said las cannon, and this goes through there. So let's do that first. That goes in there, like so. That then glues into there. Now we have a side spoons on las cannon, and this can move. Now I'm going to position it to the way that I want, and then I'm going to drop a bit of glue into that little bit where it moves to stop it moving. Now this little yoke with the little light on top, that glues in. You'll see there's a weird shape there. It just sits on there and covers that up. There's some horrible mold line on that I need to get rid of still. So I'm going to finish cleaning this piece up, and then I'm going to glue the other one together, and then come back and show you how they go on the tank. Right, so now we have loads of different options. So we did 2 big turrets here, okay, and we have hatches to go into them. And the hatches, you see these little marks here, that's how the hatches connect in. We have the hat, same thing again, but you can have a Space Marine sticking his head out. So his body. I think that's the one body, because that's the one leg, sorry, and you stick the body together. And then the arms go on, and the shoulder pads, and one of the heads. Or you can have the body half hanging out, just stick one of the heads onto it, which I think is pretty cool. You've got, sorry, with these ones, you've got the pintle mount there for the Stormbolters to go onto. You've got a hunter killer missile you can put together, put on there. There's smoke launchers, there's whatever these are, the hooks. No, I think they're pintle mounted things for something else, I think. The instruction is not showing me these guys. Yeah, there's quite a few things here. You've got your scrolls, and you have little bits and pieces that you can hang off the top. So I'm probably just gonna have a closed hatch. I think that's probably better, just nice and simple. So I'm gonna snip it off, snip these off, glue them in, then I'll show you how that goes on and how all this goes together. Right, so final bits, very straightforward. Obviously make sure the tank's facing forward with the 2 prongs at the top and 1 at the bottom. That just slots in there, like so. Yep, on each side. This bad boy slots in the top there, and then the hatch that you made goes in the top there. That's it, very simple. So I'm going to glue those together and then come back to you for final thoughts. So this guy's done. Absolutely fantastic. One thing I forgot to say, before you put the turret on and the side sponsons on, this is essentially a rhino then. There is another hatch, like pretty much like this one, but a bigger one to go on the top there. But I think, actually saying that, no, I think, yeah, you'd use these pieces to make it into a rhino. So they go in the top the same way as the other one did. You know, this piece at the bottom here underneath, it goes in the same way, but it just gives you the rhino. So it saves you having to put the turrets together. If you've bought the Predator kit, build the Predator. Don't just build a rhino, so I'll leave it like that. You might as well go the whole way. The difficulty rating, I would probably give this guy maybe a 2.5, 3. It's really not that difficult to build. Seeing the model on the box, seeing the sprues when you open the box, it seems like it's going to be very difficult, but it's not. It really isn't. The hardest thing about this model for me, one, there's some horrible mold lines I can see just along the top here. I need to get that little sand down again afterwards. There's a few horrible mold lines here and there, but it's not the end of the world. Anything that I've missed, I can, before I spray it down and give it undercoat, I'll give it a clean down with a sanding sponge and see if I've missed anything. The hardest part is the bottom half. Just getting that all lined up pretty much, you know, perfect. The tracks are a pain in the ass, but once you do one side, you know, the other side's pretty straightforward. It's just getting that initial one to start off with. The initial starting one is a pain in the backside. Once you get that right, even if it's not 100%, but it's like 90% there, as long as the bits at the front and the back look good, you know, and it's sort of flush, perfect, it's fine. When it's on the table, someone's not going to go, oh, you missed that track off there by 2mm, it should be that way. They're not going to care about that. They're going to see a Predator tank, go, I need to deal with that, or that's going to deal with me. Anyway guys, 2.5 to 3, I'd say. It's not that difficult. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button because it costs you absolutely nothing. Turn your notifications, don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube to share this video with more and more people, which makes this amazing community for you guys grow even more. Any comments or anything about this particular build, chuck it below as always guys. Until next time, thanks for watching, take it easy.